Hello everyone, we are going to prep prime rib for Easter, and I wanted to show you how I did it. I've been doing this for a while this way and really enjoy it, and so does everyone else, I think. So we're going to go ahead and start with getting the meat in there. Thinking of doing two, but let's see if it fits. Because you can never have enough prime rib, in my opinion. And I like to make leftovers, like prime rib sandwiches and stuff, so. See if I can fit two in here. All right, that is going to be amazing. All right, next I'm going to wash my hands real quick. I realize most people traditionally have lamb or ham, which we'll probably have ham. One of these days I might get people to do lamb. All right, what I do next is I pour in beer. I found that Bud Light or Bud or any of those that are sort of lighter beer do the best at the taste. I've tried dark beers and I wasn't a fan, but you may be. So, you know, whatever you have on hand. And I wanted to just say that it's not just the most expensive beer that makes the best. It's, you know, whatever flavor profile you like, which, I mean, I've tried a number of them and the light beers seem to do the best. And what I typically do is I will prep it, let it sit for 24 hours, and then I will turn it over and like re-prep. When you see the different spices, you'll see what I mean by re-prep. Tried not to make this too foamy. And yeah, we had some Busch Light to use up, so I got yelled at for trying to use the Four Peaks. I really wanted the golden lager in here. I thought that would have been a nice flavor profile. I tried to get it to almost halfway up, so 3 cans for this. Yeah, I think 3 cans will be enough. I'll put a little bit of bone broth in that I have left over as well. All right. Now, that's your moisture base, and then I'm actually going to put in some rosemary from the garden as well, and I have more. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of thyme on. Thyme can be overpowering, so I don't want too much. It's probably more than I wanted, but well. Then use kosher salt. I happen to have Morton's on hand. Diamond works too. Any type of kosher salt will be fine. And then you just want to coat it. I realize this looks like a lot of salt, and it is, but you're kind of dry aging it and protecting it also while it sits in the fridge for a few days. But also you want to use those flavors. Okay. Then you want to try getting on the sides. So I usually pour it into my hand along the side. The sides are definitely trickier. And then you can never go wrong with garlic powder. I like a lot of garlic, so we will coat this as much, if not more, as the salt. Make sure you get that side. Makes a nice crust, of course. And then pepper. And that's it. So in 24 hours after I get it, let's sit it in the fridge for 24 hours, I will turn it over and redo the spices, garlic, salt, and pepper. And then that side will sit, or this side will sit in the juices, and then etc. And on Sunday, we'll be ready to bake it. And I will show you what I do then. But that's it. Pretty easy. No real involvement whatsoever, so I enjoy making prime rib because it's nice and easy. Okay, it's day 2, so 24 hours later, and it's time to flip this over and re-season. So remember that you're just going to get it so it's all flipped over. Now I realize this is not the exciting part of the prime rib, but it still needs to be seasoned. And you'll notice that because it's, you know, less in there, there's not as much water and stuff covering it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put more in once I wash my hands here real quick. So I'm gonna add some filtered water in really quick. Do that before I add the seasonings. Make sure it's about halfway. Yeah. And then I'm gonna take kosher salt and start sprinkling. Don't forget that we already have thyme and rosemary in here, so we don't need to put more of that in. But the salt helps to dry age it a little bit and just tenderize the meat a little bit, give it good all around flavor. Now, if you're thinking, oh, that's a lot of stuff in there, I am going to get rid of most of the liquids tomorrow before cooking, so don't worry about that being too much. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. And if you know me, you know I love garlic, so yes, I'll have to wash my hands again. And I really didn't get in here today, so oops. I'm gonna make sure I get in between. And for normal cooking, I don't really use the non-cracked salt and pepper, but since I am trying to keep my one hand clean, I'm just gonna use the shakers. Make sure you get it all. All right, now back into the fridge until tomorrow when it's ready to be pulled out, you'll want to make sure you pull it out 2 hours beforehand. Okay, now that it got to 115, just take it out, put it on the cover for about 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to also put that up to 500 and making shallots and mushrooms. All right, it's time to uncover it. Stick it back into the 500-degree oven. A little bit smoky. Got some potatoes baking in there. And just let it sit in there for about 10 minutes. Maya, close. Like the middle, not the end.